Good do as well. I got my valve radiators at storage. Now I'll do some testing on those on my oscilloscope to make sure they're all complete the service on those, get them really aligned properly. I also picked up this Sanyo from the late 70s record player slash radio and cassette unit. It's quite a nice turntable. I like the, reminds me of high-end stuff, so I grabbed all that. It's all metal. Good head shell, a good turntable. Aluminium platter. Belt driven. I do like that turntable. Look at that tone, heavy weight, all adjustable too. Very good mechanism on that. This would be a good one to add like that one end of the hi-fi system. Something to eat. Just in the process to fix the cassette mechanism because the belt's a little bit too slack. Yeah, it hasn't perished, but the belt's slack. It's got a big Medici motor on this one. And the motor for the turntable is a Panasonic 14th of October 1978. It's a Panasonic motor on there and a Medici motor on the cassette mechanism. It's a pain in the ass to pull this thing apart. And I virtually put one of the keys out because someone had pressed the piano key when it was jammed and I broke the little finger off the end of it and it wouldn't work. So I took it out. I've got a JB welding and that's what I need, 24 hours of cure. That was the record one, but some idiot whoever had it before must have, or the place I got it from. Someone made a bit of a dickhead. Oh look, the record doesn't work, let's press it hard, snap. Lucky the piece is in there, I found it, so I'll slid them across and advance them. I'm going to put that repaired one in the pause position. They're all the same, so the pause one will be the repaired one. Quality stuff. Controller looks alright. It does a bit of too slack in that belt. I only just managed to spin the capstan flywheel there. I'll give it a try, but I think I'm going to have to replace it because I'm just getting the head around how it all comes apart. It's a very well assembled unit, but I've got to be careful and take not to lose all the bits. There's just some bloody good songs on the radio. I got some 1611 AM Old Gold. Just turn it down in case I get hit for copyright. Now I'll tap this. Not doing it anymore. It's an STKR based integrated circuit amplifier. This is Sanyo technology. These ICs are invented by Sanyo. STK435. They're the same sort of amplifiers used in reprojection TVs to drive the conversions. They always go bad. Well, it's working. It's not playing up now, but as soon as I turn the power on, I got kind of sound out of the speakers. And I was doing that at full volume, regardless of all the inputs. These did nothing. And I tapped the board, and tapped it, and that kind of sound stopped. I cannot see a dry jot on this thing at all. Reminds me of an old Ackroyd stereo I had did the same thing. I could not find what it was. This was doing the same thing. I wonder if it's that integrated circuit that's buggered. As I said, I couldn't find a dry joint on that at all. Anyway, it's a very nice old unit from the late 70s. It's got the Cassette record too. It's a very nice turntable. I quite like it a lot. So, it's got a flywheel for the tuning, and it's got a large open air tuning capacitor. Old school tuning condenser there. I did like that. That's the same one that my VZ2000 boombox uses. And that's the bottom that comes off. You take the bottom off, and then you go take two screws out of all here. It's a screw here, hidden one in there, one underneath here. I'll have to leave this apart for now till that JB rod cures on that play switch, or that rocker finger, the rocker arm there. It's got the tuning dial, the indicator and analog VU meters. That's really cool. That's for the cassette mechanism. I do like that colour scheme there, like the TAC one, that tuner there uses. It lights up, and you can see it turned off. Can't see much, turn it on, it all lights up. A bit dusty. I just cleaned out the switches too, they were dirty as. The bezels come off a bit, we'll fix that. No original speakers, but that doesn't really bother me. I just use this clip to the Pi amplifier, or that big amplifier there, that doesn't bother me. It'll save a lot of backbreaking work on that amplifier I see. Does dual purpose this one. Directly driven speakers, or you can put it into an amplifier system. Or I could plug it into the line level input in my computer and rip records, cassettes or the radio to my PC. But I can already do that in my other PC, but only FM radio. My TV card picks up FM radio, but I can't record AM radio. But with this I can. I do like the quality of this unit, that's why I grabbed it. So they're getting a bit hard to find these, and they're actually worthwhile fixing them up. Since records and cassettes are somewhat making a comeback, we'll keep these old units going as long as we can. This is a really good unit. Although it's cheap and plasticky, but it's a pretty reliable unit. The cassette player works and sounds good, the record player works and sounds good, the radio's got really good performance. Not a problem with it. This never been the same when it's all restored, but I really like this one because of the heavy duty help, just built like a tank. I like that. I'm more of a vintage built like a tank guy when it comes to old vintage hi-fi gear. But for something yeah, a bit of everything actually. Something like that has good sound, but they're still built like a tank as well. So for me, it's always stuff that's built like a tank. There was some good cheap flimsy stuff out there from around the era in the 80s and 90s that were actually quite good too. But I just love this old heavy steel construction. I just love the quality that goes into it. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching. If you wonder, I just read the model number out again, if we haven't already done it. It's a model GXT 4545K. Anyway, thanks for watching. G'day viewers, just to follow up on this old piece of hi-fi gear. I quite like these old units. I see a couple of them for sale, so I do like repairing these. They are bloody, they do my head in, but it's worth it because these are pretty well built. I did some tests. I got the cassette player all built up, redid the belt, didn't have a spare belt to fit it, redid the belt, redid all the idlers, so now the fast forward, rewind and play work reliably now. All fixed. This particular cassette deck is one of only two in my lifetime I've ever come across where you can actually pause the fast forward function. I've only come across that once before. This is one of those units where you can actually pause it while it's fast forwarding. The mechanic in it, it's mechanically done like that. It's pretty cool. Thought it was kind of odd. They're not very common cassette mechanisms like that where you can pause the fast forward. But I redid the wiring, resoldered the wire that came off, cleaned it all up. It was a real nightmare. This just seems to be behaving itself. All Sanyo components. This is when Sanyo made their own components. The circuit board, capacitors are all Sanyo branded. Except for the motor. That's a Mobutu motor on the cassette mechanism. And that's a Panasonic motor on the drive for the turntable. I've ordered a new needle for it. There's your adjustments for your speed, and that's a regulator for the motor. These sorts of circuits are normally inbuilt on newer units, but this is something I prefer. And it looks like we have a capacitor that's jizzed. So that jizzed capacitor might have to be changed. That little rubber slightly collapsed. I might have to chalk that up a little bit. Other two are alright. But these grey ones are not quite effective anymore, so I'm going to have to get some CD player supports and stick one in there because it slightly scrapes. This here scratches on here when it's playing, so it's actually why it's dropped a little bit because of that. I go on my stash and get some CD player grommets from old CD drives. I've got grommets like that in them. I've got to stick one under that washer and redo those. And that shouldn't scrape anymore. But that sound actually shut up, and it was playing for 6 hours last night and was behaving itself. But I'll definitely look into replacing this TK-IC at some stage. They do that. Sanyo invented that particular amplifier chip, as I said before. Anyway, let's get this thing put back down. I won't put the bass on yet till we get all those grommets fixed up. I'll give it a test, give us a little listen. And that's that sound I'm talking about. Doesn't matter what the inputs are doing, it does it regardless. Looks like my record switch is dirty, so I've got a bit of a noise on that. FM stereo. Works good, the light comes on, the tuning light indicator element, so if I tap it, it will come good. Crackling does go away. I'll quickly turn it back over. I'll give that board a hit, it should come good. There we go. My record switch is dirty. I can still get to it in there, so I don't have the contact cleaner, I'll fix that. Yep, dirty recording switch syndrome. Try and get a station here. Now if I touch one of those, I get some signal, I can get some little bit of a signal for you. Just touch my finger on it, so that sound is gone. Phono, shouldn't be any noise. That's better. That's kind of interesting phenomenon. But I'll just give a good inspection of the capacitors on the amplifier board. Anyway, let's get this record switch cleaned, and I'll get that cassette tape test. We'll test that. I want to clean my carpet up. Anyway, let's get the cassette fixed up, and I'll just play a tape. I'll play an NCS tape. That'll be a good way to test it on camera for you. See how it all sounds. Okay, well, I'm going to have it the power off. I haven't actually done a good clean on the heads and everything yet. I'll just do a quick power down record button test, or switch test. Okay, I'll find a tape that I can record onto. More scores are picked up with that unit too. Good quality type 2 there. Got some good TDKs. Here's all got the things punched out. A Sony that's never been opened up. Let's try this one. Basically what you want to do is just chuck the tape in it with the record tab still intact. Spray your switch and just rock it a heap of times. While it's got this in it. So slide switch there. Spray that. Hit the record. Bunch of times, and that normally fixes it. Some may require more. And one little tip, when you're working with things like this and you've got a spring, a little spring in there, and a spring in there, I've had an absolute bloody nightmare putting this thing back together, but I came up with a little trick where before you put the thing back together and put the spring back under tension, what I did, and a good little technique, is I put super glue on the ends of the springs where that spring normally rests, and it rests in there. I just put dab of super glue in that in the middle, and it worked well. And I put a dab of super glue on the other side of the spring, on where it pushes the door open there, because the original glue would come off. So when you're working with things like this, and you want the springs to stay intact, just give it a dab of super glue and it won't move. Anyway, that's what it moved out of its little position. I'm going to pop this spring back in. Adding a super glue bloody helps tremendously. Quite a good trick to know. So pop this spring back in, there it goes. There you go, it's supposed to be down in there like that. It's because I've been playing with it, it's moved. And you just see the end of it there sticking up, little pin. Or you just put super glue on that, and that spring will not move when you're working on something like this. Saves you a massive headache. It's worth it. Anyway, I'll run the cassette cleaner through it now, and I'll get me Allsop 3. I scored another Allsop 3 cassette cleaner. I can't see much, but I put the light on it. Light on the camera, and just sit on the floor. But you can see the Allsop 3 in action. Really cool. Cleaning that head. Pause, fast forward. That's really cool. You don't come across much cassette mechanisms where you can actually pause or fast forward. They seem to be kind of rare. I've also made the mistake, you can't have the door open and press play. There's a little mechanism that stops the play from working. There's my amplifier playing up again. Can't just click, I have to stop, then press rewind. There's fine, but I can't do them unless I put stop first. So just be gentle with these sorts of piano keys. This old, because they can break, like as it happened before, which I just fixed. That looks better. Let's put a tape in that. Actually, there's a bit of oxide on that pinch roller. Yeah, they're bloody handy to have these things. Kind of expensive to buy too. Plays fine, some NCS. Oh my bloody marks all over, I'll clean it later. I haven't got it ideally hooked up on an Amplifier amplifier, so it sort of sounds like crap to how I've got it hooked up. But the balance cleaned up, fixed on this face plate and glued it all back. Clean switches. Works quite well now. This thing was not working before, now it works. Have a more look at the unit, playing the tape. It was worth the head. It was worth doing the head in for something like this. It's quite a nice actual mid to high end unit too, this one. Very good quality stuff. They do pop up for sale everywhere. But being able to fix them up for people is another thing too now. Someone else, I can also fix these up as well as record players. But well, the automatic stop, I can't find why it doesn't work. That's kind of odd. I clean idlers, clean belts. Automatic stop seems to be unreliable in most cassette decks. Some are and some are. I'll test the record out, but it's not going to work very good because the needle's stuffed. I've ordered a new needle for that. FM stereo is a different tuner, so it works now. FM stereo has to have a good area to work. Yes, that sound again. It's that fault to remedy. That's the only major thing wrong with it, it's the amp. I'll keep it right the part number down and keep my eyes peeled for that. Anyway, this all works. Let's get a record on it and just give you a quick brief just to show that it actually works on camera. And I'll give you a demonstration of that. the amp plays up again. Shut that up. There we go. As I said, it's not a dry joint that I can see in that thing. You think it was, we're tapping it, but I know it's not. See, it all works. We're going to put the needle on. Patrick Hernandez, born to be alive. Or born to be worn the bugger with this needle. That is one worn needle. So yeah, I have got it on order. It should be here within a couple of weeks. A new needle for that. But that head shell was actually a changeable. You can put any cartridge in that. I like that design. I still make that sort of design. Good record, but I got it cheap because it had a little bit of a bend in it. 33. Put that down there. That all works nice. Anyway, nice incremental volume control. So far so good. Cassette mechanism's come a long way. Done my head in, but it paid off. So it's worth saving a good quality cassette deck. Even store your tapes in there. How cool is that? Or when you're using the Bluetooth, because it has auxiliary input, put your phone in there, and there you go. Have Bluetooth on it. Have your phone sitting in it. That was kind of cool. Stick your phone in it. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.